There's a moment in life when you will be tested, when the weight of the world will press against your shoulders, when people will doubt you, dismiss you, even try to break you. And in that moment, you have a choice. You can crumble or you can stand tall. Now, listen to me. Life ain't fair. It never was. It never will be. Pain, oh, it's coming. Heartbreak, failure, disappointment, it's all coming. But how you respond, that's on you. See, the world don't care about your struggles, it cares about results. It doesn't ask how many times you fell, it only notices if you got back up. You ever seen a warrior show his wounds in the middle of battle? No, because the moment you show pain, the enemy knows he's got you. And life, it's always watching, always waiting to see if you'll break. So what do? You act as if nothing hurts you. You stand tall when your legs are shaking. You smile when your heart is aching. You walk into every room like you own it, even when your mind is full of doubt. Because the truth is, if you carry yourself like you're unbreakable, you start to believe it. And when you believe it, you become it. Pain is inevitable, but weakness is a choice. Pain is one of life's greatest certainties, a force that spares no one, that visits all, that arrives uninvited, and often overstays its welcome. It does not discriminate between the strong and the weak, the rich and the poor, the prepared and the unprepared. It comes in different forms: physical exhaustion, emotional heartbreak, mental distress, and spiritual turmoil. It can strike through loss, through failure, through betrayal, through the cruel hand of fate that you never saw coming. It can be sharp and sudden, like a dagger piercing through the soul, or it can be slow and relentless, like the steady drip of water eroding even the strongest stone. It can manifest in the disappointment of shattered dreams, in the loneliness of an empty room, in the frustration of trying and failing time and time again. Pain does not ask for permission. It does not knock before it enters. It does not wait until you are ready. It crashes into your life without warning, dismantling the sense of security you once had. It whispers doubts into your mind, making you question your worth, your purpose, your strength. It wraps itself around you, suffocating you, making you believe that it will never leave. It can weigh down your spirit, crush your motivation, and turn even the brightest days into darkness. And when it lingers long enough, pain will start to convince you that weakness is the only way out, that giving up, giving in, and surrendering to it is the only option. But here's the truth. Weakness is not something that pain imposes upon you. Weakness is not an automatic result of suffering. Weakness is a decision, a choice you make when you allow pain to consume you, to define you, to strip you of your power. Pain may not be avoidable, but whether you let it break you or build you, that is something entirely within your control. You can let pain destroy you, or you can let it sharpen you. You can let hardship steal your spirit, or you can let it forge you into something greater. Every wound, every scar, every heartbreak carries with it a lesson, a test to see how much you are willing to endure, how much you are willing to fight, how far you are willing to go. Pain itself is not the enemy. It is merely a tool, an opportunity, a fire that can either burn you to ashes or harden you into steel. Weakness is surrendering. Weakness is letting pain dictate your future. Weakness is allowing struggle to convince you that you are not strong enough, not good enough, not capable enough to rise above it. But strength, true strength, is looking pain in the eye and refusing to let it win. It is standing tall even when your knees tremble. It is moving forward even when every fiber of your being is telling you to stop. It is carrying your wounds not as burdens but as badges of survival. Pain is a given. It is the price of living, the cost of growth, the inevitable storm that comes for us all. But weakness is optional. Weakness is a choice you never have to make. Mastering emotional control is power. It is the quiet force behind great leadership, the invisible armor that shields you from manipulation, the steady hand that keeps you from crumbling under pressure. Emotions are powerful, unpredictable, and deeply human. They can be a source of strength, but they can also be your greatest weakness if you let them control you. The world will test you, push you, provoke you. It will present situations designed to trigger anger, fear, frustration, and doubt. People will insult you, dismiss you, underestimate you, and try to get a reaction out of you. If you respond emotionally, if you lash out, break down, or let them see you unravel, you hand over your power. You allow outside forces to dictate your behavior, to control your decisions, to determine your next move. But when you master emotional control, you become untouchable. To control your emotions is to control the narrative. It means never letting your feelings cloud your judgment, never allowing temporary frustration to lead to permanent mistakes. It means thinking before reacting, stepping back before engaging, and understanding that not everything deserves your energy. When you remain calm in chaos, when you refuse to let anger dictate your words, when you do not let fear paralyze you, you command respect. People notice. They see that you are different, that you cannot be shaken, that you operate on a level above the ordinary. Emotional control does not mean suppressing your feelings. It means mastering them, understanding them, using them as tools rather than chains. It means knowing when to speak and when to remain silent, when to push forward and when to retreat. It means recognizing that anger is not strength, that fear is not weakness, and that discipline always outweighs impulse. When you master emotional control, you develop the ability to walk into any room, any situation, any confrontation with the confidence that no one can break you. You become the one who decides what is worth your reaction and what is beneath your attention. Power is not in the loudest voice, the biggest outburst, or the most aggressive stance. Real power lies in the ability to remain composed when everything around you is falling apart. It is the ability to think 3 moves ahead while others are acting on impulse. It is knowing that emotions are temporary, but consequences are not. People who lack emotional control are easy to manipulate. They are predictable, reactive, easily provoked. But those who master their emotions, who refuse to let fleeting feelings dictate their actions, become unstoppable. They move with intention, they command respect, and they never let the world see them sweat. Mastering emotional control is power because it means owning yourself completely. It means being unshaken in the face of adversity, unmoved by petty attacks, unbothered by the noise of the world. It means keeping your composure when others lose theirs, maintaining your focus when distractions arise, and making decisions with clarity rather than chaos. Those who master emotional control master themselves, and those who master themselves hold the greatest power of all. People respect resilience, not excuses. In a world where challenges are inevitable, where setbacks are guaranteed, where life will test you at every turn, the way you respond defines who you are. Everyone experiences struggle. Everyone faces obstacles. Everyone has a reason to quit, to complain, to justify why they are not where they want to be. But the truth is, no one respects excuses. No one admires the person who blames circumstances, points fingers, or seeks pity for their struggles. People may listen, they may sympathize for a moment, but in the end, excuses do not earn respect. Resilience does. Resilience is the ability to keep going despite hardship, to push forward when everything inside you wants to stop. It is standing tall after failure, moving forward after rejection, refusing to be defined by setbacks. It is the ability to take responsibility for your life, to own your struggles, to acknowledge your pain without using it as a crutch. Excuses are easy. They require no effort, no growth, no strength. They give you an out, a reason to justify inaction. But resilience? Resilience demands everything from you. It requires discipline, courage, and an unwavering belief that no matter what happens, you will find a way to rise. Look at the people who are admired, the ones who inspire, who lead, who achieve greatness. They are not the ones who spent their lives complaining about what went wrong. They are the ones who faced adversity head on, who took their pain and turned it into power, who refused to let circumstances dictate their destiny. No one remembers the person who quit. No one honors the one who let obstacles defeat them. But people always remember resilience. They remember the one who fought through the storm and came out stronger. They respect the one who refused to be broken. Excuses may feel justified, they may even be true. Maybe you did have a tough upbringing. Maybe people did doubt you, reject you, betray you. Maybe you were put in unfair situations, forced to start from nothing while others had advantages. But none of that changes the reality. Excuses will not take you where you want to go. They will not earn you success, respect, or greatness. The world respects those who endure, who rise, who keep moving forward no matter what stands in their way. Your mindset determines your reality, the way you think, the way you perceive the world, the beliefs you hold about yourself. These are not just abstract ideas, they are the foundation upon which your entire life is built. Everything you experience, every opportunity you recognize, every challenge you overcome, every limitation you accept or reject, it all begins in your mind. Your thoughts shape your actions shape your habits, and your habits shape your destiny. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail, those who rise and those who fall, those who push forward and those who stay stuck, is not always talent, intelligence, or resources. More often than not, it is simply mindset. A strong mindset sees obstacles as temporary, as challenges to be met, as problems to be solved. A weak mindset sees those same obstacles as reasons to stop, as proof that success is impossible, as barriers that cannot be overcome. Two people can experience the same setback. One will use it as fuel to come back stronger, while the other will use it as an excuse to give up. The difference is not the situation, the difference is the mindset. When you believe you can, you find a way. When you believe you can't, you find an excuse. Your mindset is the lens through which you view the world. If you see yourself as a victim, you will find proof everywhere that life is unfair, that the odds are stacked against you, that success is for other people but not for you. If you see yourself as capable, as strong, as someone who can rise above any challenge, then no matter what happens, you will find a way to turn adversity into advantage. The reality you experience is a direct reflection of what you expect. What you believe and what you allow yourself to see. If you constantly focus on failure, on problems, on negativity, then your life will reflect that. But if you focus on growth, on solutions, on opportunity, then your world will expand in ways you never imagined. Greatness is not reserved for a select few. Success is not something that only lucky people stumble upon. The ones who achieve it are the ones who train their minds to see possibilities where others see limitations. They are the ones who refuse to be defined by their past, by their failures, by the doubts of others. They take control of their thinking, and in doing so, they take control of their future. Never let them see you break, but never stop growing. The world is watching, always waiting for a sign of weakness, for a moment of hesitation, for proof that you can be shaken. Life will test you, people will doubt you, and challenges will push you to your limits. Pain, failure, rejection, betrayal. These things will come, and they will come hard. They will hit when you least expect them, when you are unprepared, when you think you have everything under control. And in those moments, the easiest thing to do is to let the weight of it all show, to let the cracks become visible, to let the world see that you are breaking under the pressure. But power lies in restraint. Strength lies in composure. The ones who command respect are not the ones who never feel pain. They are the ones who never let it consume them. Never letting them see you break does not mean pretending you are invincible. It does not mean denying your struggles or burying your emotions so deep that they harden you beyond recognition. It means carrying yourself with dignity even when your heart is heavy. It means walking tall even when your spirit is exhausted. It means refusing to let the world see you falter, not because you are without struggle, but because you refuse to be defined by it. The moment you allow your pain to become public spectacle, the moment you let your suffering be the loudest thing in the room, you give others the power to dictate your narrative. And once they see you crumble, once they see you break, the respect, the authority, the control begins to slip away. But strength without growth is stagnation. There is no power in looking strong if you are not becoming strong. Holding your composure does not mean staying the same, refusing to evolve, or ignoring the lessons hidden in your struggle. It means learning in silence. It means growing behind closed doors. It means allowing your hardships to shape you into something greater without needing the world to validate the process. True growth happens in the unseen moments. The late nights when you push forward despite exhaustion, the quiet battles you fight within yourself, the lessons you absorb through pain and perseverance. There will be days when the weight feels unbearable, when the pressure is suffocating, when it seems impossible to move forward without breaking, and in those moments you do not stop, you adapt. You bend but never snap. You stumble but never stay down. You feel but never fold. Because growth is not about never struggling. It is about never surrendering. It is about using every hardship as fuel, every failure as wisdom, every setback as preparation for the next rise. So you stand tall, you hold your ground, you refuse to let them see you crumble, not because you are without pain, but because you are bigger than it. And in the silence, in the solitude, you keep growing, you keep sharpening, you keep building yourself into something so powerful, so resilient, that no force in this world, not doubt, not failure, not fear, can ever break you. Now, don't get me wrong, I ain't saying ignore your pain. I ain't saying bottle it up and pretend it doesn't exist. No, you heal, but you heal in the shadows. You don't make a show of your struggles. You grind in silence. You build yourself back piece by piece. And when you step back into the light, you step back stronger than before. Because let me tell you something. People don't respect the man who complains. They respect the one who rises, who stands, who keeps moving no matter what. So from this day forward, act as if nothing hurts you, not because you're invincible, but because you refuse to be broken. You are stronger than you know, greater than you realize. Walk like it, speak like it, live like it, and watch the world bow in respect.